And hello, welcome to the Smith Hole. This is the What the Hell Everything podcast with Smitty, just popping on to say hello. And what is this? Just shy of 3 weeks since I deleted all my social medias, everything except YouTube. And this is kind of a progress, a status update on that, which seems weird. Why would I want to post a status update about why I don't have social media? I think it's worth talking about. And it also will be, at least in some sort of way, shape, or form, some things that I would have posted on social medias. That's what this podcast will be. Things I would have posted on socials. Happy day. Recording date and time on this podcast, August 4th, 2025. And my first sip of coffee for the day. Oh, I'm retraining my body. A little less coffee. A lot less coffee, actually. I'm changing my relationship with it, as they say. Historically, over the last 20 fucking years, I drink so much coffee. Pot to a pot and a half a day was what I probably average. And I never drank coffee like that before. You know, I didn't. Probably when I was 30, I got into radio and really started working in radio. And there's coffee available all the time. And you're new to the radio station and working mad hours from fucking dawn until dusk and beyond. And coffee's your friend. And I used to only drink coffee when I would go out to a restaurant or something, you know. And I was thinking about that recently. And like, I've tried to kind of quit cold turkey with the coffee. And couple days that I tried, and I would just go into work and just fucking devastated. My body is devastated, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Why would I ever give up coffee? I'm kind of weaning myself off it and training my body, and I've really gone down to a cup a day, really, and I've really just now started to, rather than first thing in the morning, I get up and I do all kinds of things, and I do some chores, and I get ready to go to work or to record or whatever. And now my coffee intake is kind of just like a celebratory thing. You know, you did your thing, and I've weaned it down from my last coffee purchase is probably got a couple weeks left of just like 1 cup a day. And I'm going to see what happens after that. I don't know if I want to give it up completely. Or just do because I kind of like the celebratory thing with a podcast or whatever, sitting here doing something creative with a cup of coffee, and so I don't know, but it feels okay right now. You know, this is what I got up about 10 o'clock. That's my schedule now. I get up close to 10. I stay up really late, and you know, it's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon before I had my first cup of coffee, and I feel okay. I feel good. I got stuff accomplished today. And there you go. I could have posted on social media about my fucking lack of coffee, and how I wanted to murder for a while. Things I would have posted on socials. Ozzy fucking Osbourne, man. What a gut punch that was, because he had just had his triumphant return to the stage for the final time. The end of the beginning show, I think, was what it was. A huge all-star performance, and his last performance with Black Sabbath, and it was awesome anyway. And for me, as a rock and metal fan and a fucking Black Sabbath nerd and an Ozzy nerd, I was like, man, I want to watch this, and I couldn't stream it. I was working, and you know, I couldn't stream it. Got a couple clips online, got taken down. I was like, oh man, it looks fucking epic, and I hope it gets released at some point. But what a fitting fucking end, and just an abrupt end. After that, you know, it's crazy because, like, you know, I'm thinking about, you know, if I had social media, the first thing, like, when you think of now in social media, when somebody dies or something, you kind of just want to see what the fuck is going on. Either information or to get with like-minded people to grieve or something like that. And I'm thinking about like Tom Petty, when Tom Petty died, and it was just like, you're just on your phone and you're just looking for information and you're what the fuck is going on, on social media and grieving with other people. And that was the first thing. It was like, oh my God, I got to post this, because I was at work and I was walking by a TV and it was Ozzy Osbourne, dead at 76. And I'm just like, fuck. Just out of nowhere. And just like everybody else that, experienced that loss. And I was like, man, text my brother, text a couple other people, and like nobody at work. I work with a lot of really young people, and they're into hip hop and shit, and they don't know who the fuck Ozzy Osbourne is. And I was just like, there's a serious lack of guitar riffs in this workplace right now. Okay, let's play some Black Sabbath. And that was a thing, because I would, like, when I was on the radio, man, and that's the thing with, like, social media, where you are just, I got to post it. And especially when I was on the fucking radio, it feels creepy, and it feels, like, dirty, where you're like, I got to post about this because we need it for the station to get views. That's essentially what you're trying to do, is to get, not views necessarily, but, like, likes and blah, 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 and all that bullshit. And shares and all that shit. That's really what you're going for when you're running a social media account. And I always felt really creepy when somebody died. We have to post it. But on the flip side, like on the radio, where I would just like, I could, that was cool. The awesomest thing in the world to me about being on the radio and to have some control over the programming was that I could just play whatever the fuck I want. And if I was on when Ozzy died, it would have been all Ozzy all goddamn day. But talking about it, this is weird too, because just when I talk about something, about somebody dying, that brings up the emotion. I'm okay if I don't have to talk about it. But once I start talking about it, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I remember when Prince died, and I wasn't even the biggest Prince fan in the world, and I was just like talking about Prince on the air, and I was like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck, man? But I didn't, thankfully, at work, I didn't have to talk about it with anybody. Not that I care that people see me cry. I don't really give a fuck about that, but, you're in a work setting. They'd have been like, why is he crying about Ozzy Osbourne? I don't know. But, man, just what... it's hard to really put it into words, and I think I relate to Ozzy a lot more now than I did even when I was younger, Before, he was just like the crazy guy, and I was never the biggest Black Sabbath fan as a teenager. It wasn't until my 20s... and especially into my 30s, where I really just got into them hard and realized why they were so important, and realized why Ozzy was so important, and again, why I relate to him probably more now. Just, just a fucking dirt poor working class kid growing up in super dirt poor working class area of England, and what kind of challenges did he have? A learning disability, severe dyslexia, severe stutter. And it's always fucking fascinating to me how people with a really bad stutter can be great singers. Because there's people that will talk shit about Ozzy as a vocalist, but I assure you, you're just not fucking knowledgeable enough. You need to really delve into what that guy does or did. Hate even saying the past tense now. And just the way that he was able, first of all, to sing, when you stutter that hard, you're just like, oh my God, I can't even believe that that's the same person. But the way that he was able to successfully weave his own melody, he didn't write many lyrics for Black Sabbath. He wasn't a lyric writer. He wasn't really a songwriter, but you don't need to be when you contribute as much as he did. First of all, just the physical presence and that guy just jumping around on stage, just super happy and also portraying insanity really, really well. And just last night, I just had on YouTube, stumbled across on my algorithm, the 1970 full performance. I don't know where it was, but it was some TV show. and it was fucking awesome to just watch him. I think I've actually watched it before. I definitely watched like the War Pigs clip from that full performance, but it was just fantastic. First of all, I realized Ozzy was probably the first headbanger. Think about 1970. What was going on musically in that time? Nobody else was doing that. There's only really one way to express something so visceral and fucking tribal, and those beats and those fucking riffs. And there's only one way to express those feelings, and that is by headbanging, and I can relate to that a fucking lot. But the fucking vocal melodies that guy came up with, especially in Black Sabbath, but of course his solo stuff as well. He had iconic solo tunes, but I'm just such a Black Sabbath nerd, and I love the Game Changers. And if there's one fucking guy that could be the poster child for a rock and roll frontman, there's better vocalists, clearly. Freddie Mercury, hello, I know. But just like the poster child for a rock and roll fucking frontman, just embraces the weird, is a fucking misfit. That's why rock and roll is the greatest genre of all time, where it just brought the misfits together. A dude from this weird part of town and a dude who grew up in the country, and they got together, and they, that fucking classic story of a bunch of misfits getting together and making some of the greatest music that has ever existed in the history of the world. And Black Sabbath is some of the greatest fucking music that has ever existed in the history of the world. And I thought I appreciated this shit before, but god damn it, I appreciate it so much more now that I'm older. And man, what a fucking presence, what a life, and of course, what a loss. But I just like to think about the life more. And this is a thing about death too, and it even goes with like people that are close to me. And I haven't really suffered any losses that were super, super close to me. The immediate family. I've lost great friends before, but you know what I mean. And I'm not looking forward to that day. But I have this weird thing I do that I like compartmentalize, probably isn't the word, but really dissociating from. I do dissociate. I do dissociate from death to a certain point, but I also tend to think of it because I'm about to turn 50. And clearly, I think about death every once in a while. Oh, it's coming. When the fuck is it coming? I don't know. I just kind of really just love to think of it as what you're able to do, what you were able to contribute. You raised a great family. You were an artist and you contributed so much. I'm just speaking about anybody. What did you contribute in your life? And I like to think of it that way. And when people die, I just tended to, when I was on social media, I would delete dead people. I deleted my grandmother because it was just weird to me. People will, and I understand it. I understand it because I've done it. But it was always strange to me that you would tag people that were dead, and I would always just delete people and unfriend my dead friends and my dead relatives too. This was a weird thing about social media thing to me that I don't miss. And I don't miss any of that social media, by the way. But I really just tend to want to celebrate the life, and what they contributed. And fucking Ozzy contributed so much to our society and our world that people will say it's just heavy metal. There's people that will say that that it is not as important as I am making it out to be. And I disagree 100%. I clearly am not always right, but every once in a while I am. Things I would have posted on social media. Much love to fucking Ozzy Osbourne, man. And what is this, 3 weeks since he's died? Pretty much. Just about. And I really fought the urge again It's creepy to me. Not creepy. It's self-serving in a way that I don't like. Posting something about somebody dying because I really fought the urge to just do a video on a podcast the day he died and just to binge listen to Black Sabbath. And I just really wanted to sit with it for a while. And I wanted to collect my thoughts and, give that some space because that just felt weird. Anyway, much love to fucking Ozzy. The Walmart stabbing in Traverse City. Things I would have posted on social medias. Man. What a weird fucking time to be alive. Because I fully blame, not fully, but at least a little bit, blame social media for at least a little bit of the insanity going on in the world right now. It has a big part to play, actually. I feel like, and I don't know if enough people really just realize how terrible it is for us. And I could be overblowing it and all that. But that fucking Walmart stabbing, man. That's my hometown, for people that are not aware. Basically my hometown. I don't live there. I live several miles away at this point. And I've talked to a few people. And that was the thing about being off social media too, where you're just like, fuck, make sure my people are okay. That's the first thing you think of, right? Now, I had a coworker of mine who was getting information in real time what was going on because somebody that he knew was involved and injured in the stabbing. And I was getting real-time information there. And it was just sounded horrible. 11 people talking with coworkers about it. And it was like, what the fuck? I mean, they must be crazy. I think people will say that. Oh, they must be crazy. And I feel like that's a given. I feel like that's probably thrown around too much, that word, crazy. Or maybe not enough. I don't know. But, I mean, there has to be some terrible mental health with somebody who is going to try to murder 11 people. Like, they're totally justifying it in their head for some fucking reason. It's a fucking crazy time to be alive, when that stuff hits closer to home, It's just the thought process that you got to get to fucking couple people made jokes about it while it was in real time. And it's not even like a joke about the fucking horrible thing that happened. It's like, how many times have you been at Walmart standing in line, you want to fucking stab somebody? Or just like that thought comes in your head, not really actively want to stab anybody, but you don't fucking do it, But you really got to think about that. Was that a pre-planned thing? And there's probably information, and if I was on social media, I would know more. But I do follow quite a bit still in the other outlets that I use that are not social media, so I stay well informed. But, man, what a fucking awful thing. It's like, oh man, it's in that moment I wasn't like I wish I had social media because I was thinking about it, and then I was like, oh, if I saw anything from the Overheard in Traverse City group, I would want to fucking punch myself in the face. So I'm glad I was off social media for that. Next, things I would have posted on socials. You guys, my cat gave me my first nose boop ever. I've had that little bastard for like 10 years, and it was. I don't know if it is, because here's the thing. Every time I try to give that little buddy, he's my buddy. I call him a bastard, but that dude is my buddy. A little nose boop, he goes, ew. And he jumps off. If I try to talk to him, he jumps off. If I try to give him a nose boop or a little kiss, he's like, nope, fuck off. And that's why I like him. And that's why I prefer cats, because it's similar to me. I like attention and affection, but if you get too up close in my face, I'm like, eh. So I understand that, and I relate to that, and that's why he's my buddy. And but lately, I haven't been neglecting him. Like, I give him treats and I give him rubs and everything. But lately, the last month or so, it's been so hot in my apartment. The floors are dark brown, dark brown curtains. It is an upper apartment above a business downtown. And it's so hot. I do not have air conditioning in this fucking place. I remember last summer, I was like, I might die. I didn't get an air conditioning unit today because I'm fucking cheap. And I was like, nope, I'll fucking suffer through just with a fan again. But I may get one for next year. Anyway, the point of the story is that it's been so hot that I haven't been loving up my Lemmy, the black cat. And I have dark furniture and everything. It's fucking hot and it's sweaty and it's sticky. I'm like, dude, not right now. And he usually comes up and goes, hey, you want to fucking give me some loving? And I'm like, not tonight, pal. Sorry. But it was just cool enough the other night, and I have a brush for him. And I've been trying to brush him, but when it's too hot, sorry, it's not happening either. He sheds so much. I have this brush, and it's battery powered, and you put water in it, and then you click a button, and it's fucking steam. And he gets a steam bath, and he loves it. He's like, yeah, give me more of that shit. But it had been, a fucking solid month since I've given him a brush. And I'm like, all right, man, come on up. And it's so funny because he comes up right by the edge of the chair and he fucking stares at me. And I'm like, and he's looking for an invitation. I'm like, all right, man, come on up. And I grab his brush and he came right up and goes, boop. And he was so excited and so thankful for that brush because I've been neglecting him. It has been super hot. And he was like, oh, man, I'm going to give you a nose boop as a reward. And I was like, man, I tried to recreate it, but it didn't work. Anyway, I would have posted that on social media, because I posted about my cat quite a bit. And then I helped the bro move to Lansing. That was super fucking fun. Nice little 60, it was like 50 something. I'm not exaggerating. I think I said 60 to somebody, flight of stairs, but that was a white lie. I was making myself try to, it was like 55 flights of steps or something like that. Anyway, helping Brother Levi move to Lansing. And he got a new gig out there. And it's fucking awesome. I road trip down with him with his car, followed the U-Haul, and went to Texas Roadhouse afterwards and was just, I don't know why I was disappointed because it's fucking Texas and people think you got to put country music all in everywhere, and not even just like in the fucking sound system. They're playing videos of country music, and I'm just like, man, I don't understand why country music has to be synonymous with Texas. Maybe like Texas Roadhouse. Anyway, it's off-putting. The food was great though, and everybody was really nice. I just wish I didn't have to fucking see goddamn Toby Keith in front of my face and just force-fed terrible country music. But helped the brother move to Lansing and got a new rug out of the deal. I felt great about myself. So I feel like Lebowski with a brand new rug. Lemmy loves it, ties the room together, and that does it for this fucking podcast. Adios, dingleberries.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody.
I am so sorry for everything that has happened.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys there. By the bar and get your face, huh? Get me paid, bitch.
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
I love y'all very much. Peace out.
Good night, ladies.
What the hell? Everything!